Hi, once again, Ralph here. I want to show you a really quick way to get around CSV files, which are just totally messed up with equal signs and plus signs and so on and so forth. When you're trying to import it in the Pandas data frame or Pandas or PD read CSV, as many of you may be familiar, to get around those errors. And what we're utilizing is import CSV. This does a great job of cleaning it up. Now, to cut to the chase, the answer to the problem, and this will be, the code will be on YouTube since no angle brackets and no scripting, so it should be able to post it. But the code is as follows. It is right there. Now, if that's all you need, and you know as you import CSV and just run that loop, and you'll be golden. Now, also don't forget, change the name of the file to something different, for preserving it just in case. So why? Why is this happening? And what we're utilizing is we're going to use the VAERS database, especially per se, let's say, give you an example for those not familiar and those still want to know why. All right, so here we are. We're heading towards the end of the year. I know it's going to be a lot of data analysis. These files in this data section are notoriously just messed up. And here's an example. 2022 not as bad as 2021. So why are they messed up? So if you look at, for example, 2021. All right, here's the trick. All right, from home, you go to formulas. All right, and on formulas, you're going to go to error checking. All right, and then error checking, this is how you're going to discover why it's messed up. You click error checking, and you see right here down below at the very bottom. So let's move this up a little bit so it's a little easier to see. Let's where it went. Let's resume. There it is. All right. And so looking at that, and actually, sorry, we're in the 2021 data frame. And you see the error right there. And look at the top cell right here, into the formulas. Oops, let's get this set. You see the equal sign, the negative sign? Let's try again just to show you. Let's see the next error. And there's another one. And you see that? You see how to do the equal and negative and negative? Not intentional, but still just messed up. And gives you those end of file errors. And good luck trying to import a ton of different modules and formulas trying to figure it out. That import CSV just works really well. All right, now let's go to the 2022 VAERS database data file, the CSV, because that's what I meant to use as an example. So let's close this out. Let's close out 2021 and let's pull up 2022. There's 2022. There it is. All right. Now let's do this exact same thing. We're going to formulas. We are going to do error checking. And there is our suspicious file right there. And you see that? And you see what happened when the person input the code? What they did is they put an equal sign, then a plus sign. Messes everything up, all right? And just for posterity, we want to basically validate the information, and when we do this, it doesn't mess things up either. So we are going to move this a little higher. All right, and there it is. So it's cell 2516570. All right, so I'm going to close it out. Here we go. Now, why is this working? What's happening is, go back over here. What's happening is we're taking the file, and of course, when we run the 2022, the PD, this all happens to us, data CSV, and don't forget, in order to read these VAERS files, Latin 1, encode Latin 1, all right? So that's another little hint. So let's run this, boom, come up with the error, end of file error. All right, then what we do is we take that data frame. I'm just running it for posterity's sake. And then we put the little loop code in there, boom. And then I just change the name, course to X. We do that. And also important too, I wanted to make sure when we imported and ran that loop on the CSV, we didn't change the data types. So boom, there's that. See, the data types maintained familiarity. And then what we do is I compared it to another data frame where I actually did fix the Excel problem. looked at the module area to want to make sure there's no other corruption as the titles, whatever it is. Remember, pulled out cell 251, 6570. I wanted to know how it fixed the problem. All right. And there it is. You see what it did? We went to that one cell. All it did is it took out that equal sign. And those familiar with Excel, equal sign is normally how you start a formula, and that's the problem. A lot of medical professionals, when inputting data, they use an equal this or equal that as a form of a communication, but not realizing it really messes up the Excel or CSV to Excel spreadsheets. And it did the exact same thing with the 2021. It took a little while longer to run, came with that smaller error, but it fixed all those errors as well in the CSV file. And then I rewrote it to a different file and then imported it into Pandas. And it's perfect for merging or whatever you want to do with it. So in short, when you run into an Excel spreadsheet, not Excel, sorry, CSV file, you're getting end of file errors for reasons that you may not know or may be riddled with a ton of them. A simple shortcut, provided we're not changing the outcome of any sort of methodology in regard to an experiment or some of the communication that requires that equal sign there. But provided we're not doing that, what it's doing is it's correcting it, maintaining the proper classification of the data, float, object, whatever, and it's just taking the equal sign out, which is creating the formula inadvertently, and then just making it easier to import into a data frame, merge, do your research, do your naive Bayes, classification, whatever you want to do to get to the root of those potential vaccine reactions and research and experimentation. That's it for now. Quick 7 minutes. Again, on the YouTube channel, I'll have it there. And I already covered this before too. Encoding, also when you import those CSV files from the VAERS data site, CDC VAERS site, you have to make sure you're encoded at least in Latin 1. If you have a better way to clear up those errors in those CSV files without changing the meaning of that data, go for it. But otherwise, that's the way I do it in a very humble fashion. And that's from beating my head against the wall for a couple of times until we eventually came to a solution to the kind of messy vaccine adverse event report databases. All right, catch you later on. Bye. Oh, Ralph signing off. See you later. Bye. Eventually, there it is.